So my stepbrother pulls over to the side of a road, and it just so happens that there's a lake there. This lake is called Lee Lake. It's in Corona. It's pretty much in between Riverside and Temecula. My mother worked out towards, I want to say Oceanside area, towards that area. And so she still had the apartment in Temecula, by the way. But he pulls over to Lee Lake, and when he does that, my step cousin followed in my brother's car because they needed to get back to their homes after they dumped her body. They get out the car, they take my mom's body out, and they literally throw her amongst trash by this lake. There's boulders. When I say like huge boulders, not rocks, but like boulders. They throw her body on these boulders. During the trial, I wasn't able to see these photos, but after everything, I, for myself, needed to see things because I need to know how to move forward in life, in my perspective, and how to handle people in my life, the ones that did this to her. So I needed to see what they did. And they literally threw her like she was trash. They did that. They drive the truck to the side of the road away from her body, and they get into my stepbrother's car and they proceed to leave. So now we know the who, why, where, when, and the how. So he says all this during the preliminary hearing. His deal with the DA's office was that he gives all this information up, and if he does, then they will charge him with accessory after the fact. He had an ankle monitor placed on him, and he was released. This is back in 2019. He was released with an ankle monitor on. To this day, he still has an ankle monitor on. During this trial, he testified against my stepfather and my step-cousin and repeated everything that he said in the preliminary hearing. With us getting what we got for as far as the death penalty for my stepfather and life in prison without parole for my step-cousin, my stepbrother is pretty much going to be released from off of the ankle monitor. That's the deal that the DA gave him. That is not the deal that my family wished he would have got. But that is the deal that the DA gave him. They will most likely consider his time on the ankle monitor as being served. And he will most likely be free. He will be free. Most likely. I'm not sure yet. We won't know the answer to that until October. In October, we'll then find out if there will be any more repercussions to his actions or not. He has a daughter that he wanted to stay out of prison for. And yet I think about my mom having us. She wanted to live for. So it's just a lot. You know, it's a lot of it's a lot of the unknown when it comes down to him I say that because a part of me still feels like this is my brother. And then another part of me is like, I don't even know who the hell this is. I don't know who this man is. In the same way with my stepdad, some parts of me still feels like this is my dad. And then another part is like, what? You want me to, what? You want me to call you dad? You want me to have sympathy for you? You want me? No. And I think that's where it messes me up at, is because these people have been in my life. When I talk about my family and being torn apart, it's mainly my siblings. My other stepbrother moved from California. My stepsister and I, we do not talk at all. And you miss these relationships because that's all you knew. Like I said, it's like they're your siblings, your blood siblings. So of course it's like I miss them, but I miss her. But there's things that she's done wrong in my eyes that I just can't forgive. I don't have the capacity anymore to forgive people. I don't have the capacity anymore to forgive people from that family, or to think highly of them, to love them like that. I just don't have it anymore. And I'm learning that I'm becoming closed off even more again towards everyone. The only people who really truly know how I feel are my little brother and my sister. That's it. And then I don't even know how my little brother feels about this, because his dad killed his mother. My little brother is 33 years old, working on his master's. And to find out the things that we found out during this trial about my stepdad and my step-cousin, it's horrible. Horrible to think about the fact that my brother lived in this house with these people. Horrible. It makes me sick to my stomach. You have your dad who is a murderer, who is an abuser. We found that out, with ex-girlfriends after my mom. A master manipulator, controlling, narcissist. Then you have the step-cousin who is a sex offender, both talking horrible to women, verbally abusing them. My brother was 7 at the time. To go through that pisses me off. To know we were kept from him for the beginning part of all of this. After my mom died, my stepdad didn't want us around him. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me how people can be this way in this world and say that they love you and that they care about you. That's literally crazy. A lot of you have asked how my brother is doing, my little brother, and in all honesty, I can't tell you because he doesn't talk about it and I understand why. He does not talk about it, and he doesn't want to talk about it. He's trying to move on with life the best as possible, and in my eyes, that's not going to work for him. He has to talk about it.